If you thought that ChatGPT was crazy, then this is just the beginning. Agentic AI doesn't just generate, it actually acts on its own. And it's about to flip entire industries upside down. Hi guys, my name is Ayan. I'm a very enthusiastic person who really loves to talk about AI and content creation as well. So if you guys are interested, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments down below what part of the video did you find most interesting. But to actually get started, what is actually generative AI and agentic AI? Now, generative AI is the tools that we've been using for quite a while now. So like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude AI, Gemini, all these things, all these AI tools we've been using for the past few years now are called generative AI. And the reason why it's called generative AI is because as us humans, we give the prompt or the information to the AI tool, and then that AI tool, using that information and the information that it has from the web, makes and creates a product of its own. So it's basically like we as the humans are the input. The process of creating is, of course, the AI tool. And then at the very end, the AI tool produces something, an output, you could say, in which you have the inputs that were given before. So that is what generative AI is. And it's very common nowadays to find many different types of generative AIs. You know, like we have ChatGPT, Gemini, there's even Grok AI nowadays, which is being used on X, Twitter, I should say. But yeah, there are many different generative AI tools, and not all of them work the same way, but they have been able to produce similar outcomes between one another. And the main problem with generative AI is that the only way the AI is going to work is if you were to give it information, is if you were to give it a prompt. That is the only way generative AI is going to work. Now, compared to agentic AI, it's a whole new game. Imagine if you have an AI assistant who knows about you, what you do, what you enjoy, what your schedule is like, what does your Google Calendar look like. Imagine an AI assistant that automates everything for you without you having to lift a finger. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're a very profound business and you go to Sydney for, continuous business trips to close clients, to get sales and what. Okay, so let's say you're flying from New Zealand, from Auckland to Sydney perhaps. Of course, when it comes to flying overseas, you have to look at what hotel you're going to stay at, what flight you're going to take, what airlines you're going to travel to, where are you going to eat and sleep and drink, all that sort of stuff. You have to look into that before you actually travel to different countries. And so, of course, that whole process alone takes a long time because you have to first look at cheap flight tickets, good airlines, good hotels to stay at, food and drink, etc., etc. Imagine an AI tool that can do that automatically for you. Even not even tell it. It looks at your past records of how many times you've been to Sydney, how many times you've been to Australia. It looks at that record, analyzes what flights you took, what airlines did you go into, what hotels did you book, when did you book them, even where did you eat, what did you eat even, and all the other major and minor stuff as well. That all alone automated in just minutes. So you didn't have to lift a finger. In fact, all of that was ready for you. Your plane ticket, hotel booked, food and drink, etc., etc. All booked, all done for you in a matter of minutes. Now that is just the minor details, the minor power of agentic AI, because I know that agentic AI is going to go way farther than that, and of course there's way more things to come. Recently I was watching Google's I/O event where they released many different AI tools, 20 to be specific. Majority of them are generative AIs because what you have to do is you give it a prompt and it will generate an output based on what you wrote in that prompt. But no doubt, guaranteed in the next even months, years even, you can create your own agentic AI, your own AI assistant. In fact, you can actually do that right now using Replit AI. Just by putting in a prompt, you can create whatever tool you want, whatever, software, website, AI, whatever you want. You can build it right there, right then. No coding experience at all needed. And the way agentic AI is going to actually change a lot of things is so ridiculous. I'm talking about automating everything. If you're a businessman, you want to automate sales calls, you want to automate client acquisitions. Do all of that with AI. You don't need to have a physical person anymore. Checkout operators, agentic AI. Distribution centers, agentic AI. Okay? Every single repetitive, dull, provoking tasks, I should say, will be, automated with AI. I'll give you a very small example. Let's say you are a businessman again, and you want to have clients for your social media marketing agency or whatever agency you work. Of course, finding clients is a huge hassle. Firstly, you have to identify your ICP, your ideal customer persona. And from that ICP, you have to know what requirements or who to actually contact. And then you have to draft an email and make sure that you actually close that deal. Now, Agentic AI in this scenario will first of all analyze your ICP in terms of what you're offering as a business. Secondly, it will narrow down that niche so that you find the ideal client for you. Next, it will create a draft email, and from that call script or that email, it's going to send it to that ideal client or ideal customer. That offer is then accepted, and therefore the whole process just goes on, and then you can finally, as a business owner, close that client altogether. And this, of course, will be done at a very mass scale. It's not like you're doing it for 10, 20 people. This is practically for hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people, which you can attract using your Agentic AI. Things like virtual assistants, coding, customer service, all being automated with Agentic AI. Even when we, try to call customer service nowadays for big businesses, it's not a human that's talking to us most of the time. It's actually an AI that is using a script, to follow along and chat with a customer. But my final question that I do want to touch upon is, how can this be beneficial for creators and students at the same time? Of course, because we think about and we worry about that AI is going to replace us one day, and we're going to be left with no jobs, no way to earn money, and we'll be just rotting on our couch. Which, of course, is not true at all, unless you work smartly. I mean, use AI tools to your advantage, okay? If you have this opportunity to create your own AI, even use not even Agentic AI, just Generative AI, for example, like ChatGPT, or you have the ability to use softwares like Replit to create your own AI, do that. Be a step, even a whole mile ahead of your competitors in terms of being able to leverage tasks at a very quick pace, being able to automate tasks at a very efficient and unique pace as well. Because when it comes to the future and how work is going to be shaped around us, there will be no time for slacking. There will be no time for analyzing things, and because all of that is going to be done by AI. And if you don't know how to use AI right now and understand how it works, how to use it, you will be left behind. And this is only the beginning. AI is going to get way more advanced later in the next few months, in the next few years. And we have to be, as students, as creators, on top of that. If you're a student, use it in your study. Ask AI if you're not sure about something. If you're a creator like me, then make sure you use AI to leverage tasks like finding video ideas, finding your ideal viewer persona, making sure that you're marketing yourself at a very good level in terms of social media, and all of the above things. I'll make sure to create a full course on how you can use AI like I do right now to leverage tasks in content creation and making sure that you're maximizing video output. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys really enjoyed it, please go ahead, like, subscribe, share, and comment. And if you guys want to watch more, then make sure you watch this video up here because it's a real banger. And comment down below what part of this video did you really enjoy most. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.